parenting a teen can feel hard, this is what has worked for me. Before I tell you what's worked, let me tell you what does not work. The other day, I was in the car with my daughter coming back from school, and I start asking her questions about school, and then I start complaining and saying how she's always on her phone and she's not prioritizing the academics and she's always into her social life and watching TV and always and never and always. I know better not to use those two words, but I use them anyway. And she was super annoyed, rightfully so. And I knew in the moment that what I was doing was not working. Like, I knew I was not going to inspire a change. Instead, I was shaming, criticizing. That wasn't constructive. And I don't want to be that mom. I know better not to. But I couldn't help myself. And what I want to invite you to consider is that sometimes with our children, we project onto them a lot of things that are ours. That's why doing our personal work is so important in parenting. And I realized at that moment that I needed an outing. I was a little frustrated with other things in my life, and I have a level of authority, which I'm super embarrassed to even confess, in a way I abused by nagging and complaining and just being on top of her over and over again. And eventually, what I heard from her was like, sorry, I can't be perfect. And at that moment, I was like, oh my gosh, like, it's okay to make mistakes. And we have an opportunity to stop ourselves when enough is enough. Because I knew I was not taking the right approach, and I still did it. So then I came with my tail in between my legs and I wrote an apology text, because I couldn't sleep all night thinking like, man, I was trying to inspire my daughter to be more intentional about prioritizing school, and instead I shamed her. So if you, like me, have failed, I want to invite you to do something that always works, which is assume responsibility and ask for forgiveness. When you apologize to your child, you don't just let them know that you are sorry you hurt them, and just explain what about it was your bad. Tell them, like, when I said this, like, I know I heard you because I said you always do this and you never do this, and that's not true. Tell them exactly what you're sorry about and what you're apologizing for, and commit, set an intention that you will do better next time. And by sharing it with your daughter, with your son, you are holding yourself accountable, and you're making a commitment that you get to seal and really work on. So number 1, apologize. Number 2, bite your tongue when you know that you're not going the right path. And number 3, be sure that when you apologize and you commit to a different behavior, you act on it. So if you want support to become a better parent by working on yourself, go to betterwithbetsy.com.